Hare Krishna. if you can't find the stick, it's fine.
Yeah, sometimes you find out.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you have another stick?
Yeah, we have another stick. I don't know where they gave it.
Oh, it's okay then. I'll just hold it. It's fine. I'm just going to hold it. You're just going to hold it? Yeah. Sometimes they make fuzz if they're too close together.
Yeah. No, not these two being together. It's together to the...
Can you move it to the side?
Just do one pair and then you can, I'll just clap. Hare Krishna. My name is Kanka, and this is Jagarini, and we are going to give the class today. So we're going to start out with a kirtan and our prayers that we offer to Srila Prabhupada, and then we'll start the class. And the title of the class today is Bhakti Yoga, and we're talking about why Bhakti Yoga, what is Bhakti Yoga, why do we practice Bhakti Yoga, and how do we practice Bhakti Yoga? So, go ahead.
Nama Om. Let me get this closer to here. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskasya Desatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachari Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Is anybody here for the first time? Where are you from?
We live in the mountains near Castle Street.
Oh, nice. Close by. Welcome. So, Bhakti Yoga. What is Bhakti Yoga? We hear a lot about yoga nowadays. It's a very popular term. It's come to become a form of exercise that people do for stress relief. More serious yoga practitioners, there's many different types of yoga that, we could discuss. That would be a whole topic in and of itself. But what separates Bhakti Yoga from all the other types of yoga? So that's what we're going to embark on today. Go ahead, Kanka.
Okay. I just want to give you a little background. Jagarini and I have been involved in the Hare Krishna movement, practicing Bhakti Yoga since 1970. And I'll tell you a little story that I met my spiritual teacher when I was traveling around Europe. I was in Germany, and I was searching for God. I was raised as a Catholic, and I wanted to know more knowledge about God. I was really praying to Lord Jesus, please teach me more about God, because he would always say, you should love my Father with all my heart, all your heart, with all your soul. And so I was in Europe in 1970, and I first saw the Hare Krishna people chanting on the streets in Amsterdam, but no one spoke English. They only spoke Dutch. I got some literature, but it was in Dutch, so I didn't have any idea what they were chanting. But the very next day I was in Berlin, and I saw the Hare Krishna people chanting on the street there in Berlin. And I immediately was so attracted to the chanting, and there were about 30 people surrounding a young couple. It was a husband and a wife. And when they finished the kirtan, the man looked at me and he goes, "Are you an American?" And I immediately, my first question was, "Yes, I'm an American. Who's Krishna?" And then he said, "Krishna is a name of God, and we're chanting the names of God." And I said, "I want to learn more." And he said, "Well, I only have one little pamphlet. It's called Krishna, the Reservoir of All Pleasure." It had another essay that was written by Srila Prabhupada called Who is Crazy? And of course, if you know, our generation grew up in the 60s when everyone was asking that question, who is crazy? Because the hippie generation and protesting against the Vietnam War, there were so many things. So after reading Krishna, the Reservoir of All Pleasure, and Who is Crazy, I was so excited because I knew that I found the man that I was looking for. I found my teacher. And I ended up staying in London temple for a while, and then in the New York temple for a while, and then Los Angeles is where I met Jagarini. And we all have our little stories about Srila Prabhupada. We were very fortunate to be able to be with him at different times. And one of the things that he did every day for 6 weeks at one time in Los Angeles, he gave class every morning on Srimad Bhagavatam. So we were both very fortunate to be there for those classes and to hear Srila Prabhupada. But we also had many other times when we got to be associated with Srila Prabhupada and be with him. So we'll tell those stories as we go along, but first we're going to just touch on what is Bhakti Yoga. And what I wanted to do is start out reading 2 verses from Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita that touch on what is Bhakti Yoga. And the first one is chapter 5, verse 29. It's on page 255 in this book. I don't think, oh, you guys don't have this book. You have the other book. Well, anyway, it's verse 529. Bhaktaram jagatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram surdam sarvabhutanam jantva mam satim richtati. A person in full conscious of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Srila Prabhupada's purport: the conditioned souls within the clutches of the illusory energy are all anxious to attain peace in the material world. But they do not know the formula for peace, which is explained in this part of the Bhagavad Gita. The greatest peace formula is simply this: Lord Krishna is the beneficiary of all human activities. Men should offer everything to the transcendental service of the Lord, because he is the proprietor of all planets and the demigods thereon. No one is greater than he. He is greater than the greatest of the demigods, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. In the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is described as Tam Ishwaranam Param Maheshwaram. Under the spell of illusion, living entities are trying to be lords of all they survey. but actually they are dominated by the material energy of the Lord. The Lord is the master of material energy, nature, and the conditioned souls are under the stringent rules of material nature. Unless one understands these bare facts, it is not possible to achieve peace in the world, either individually or collectively. This is the sense of Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna is the supreme predominator of all living entities, including the great demigods, are his subordinates. One can attain perfect peace only in complete Krishna consciousness. This 5th chapter is a practical explanation of Krishna consciousness, generally known as karma yoga. The question of mental speculation as to how karma yoga can give liberation is answered herewith. To work in Krishna consciousness is to work with the complete knowledge of the Lord as the predominator. Such work is not different from transcendental knowledge. Direct Krishna consciousness is Bhakti yoga. And Jnana yoga is a path leading to Bhakti yoga. Krishna consciousness means to work in full knowledge of one's relationship with the Supreme Absolute. The perfection of this consciousness is full knowledge of Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A pure soul is the eternal servant of God as his fragmental part and parcel. He comes into contact with Maya due to the desire to lord it over Maya, and that is the cause of his many sufferings. As long as he is in contact with matter, he has to execute work in terms of material necessities. Krishna consciousness, however, brings one into spiritual life, even while one is within the jurisdiction of matter. For it is an arousing of spiritual existence by practice in the material world. The more one is advanced, the more he is freed from the clutches of matter. The Lord is not partial toward anyone. Everything depends on one's practical performance of duties in Krishna consciousness, which in every respect helps one control the senses and conquer the influence of desire and anger. And one who stands fast in Krishna consciousness, controlling the above-mentioned passions, remains factually in the transcendental stage, or Brahma Nirvana. The eightfold yoga mysticism is automatically practiced in Krishna consciousness because the ultimate purpose is served. There is a gradual process of elevation in the practice of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. But these only preface perfection by devotional service, which alone can award peace to the human being. It is the highest perfection of life. And there's one other verse that I wanted to talk about. It's chapter 6, verse 47. I'm just going to read the verse, and it kind of gives a good explanation of what Bhakti Yoga is. And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So basically, Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of love and devotion.
Something on love and devotion.
Yes.
Okay. So that verse that we just read in Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is was a bit of an explanation on Bhakti Yoga as being the highest type of yoga. But to backtrack just a teeny bit, the word yoga itself means to link with the Supreme. And the word bhakti comes from the word bhaj, which means to serve and love. So service and love, or devotional service, is the real definition of Bhakti Yoga. And when you think about the material world, if you could pick one topic in this material world that's probably the most popular topic in the whole world, topic of literature, topic of songs, what would it be? What do you think? Is there anybody that could answer that? What would be the love? Absolutely. So, in the material world, love is the strongest force, the strongest incentive, the strongest driving force for everything we do all the time. And similarly, amongst the yoga practices, this particular yoga system that involves the heart and involves emotional exchanges with God is the highest yoga. So now I just wanted to give a little bit of a description of that, and Kanka's got more to talk about the different qualities of Bhakti Yoga.
Srila Prabhupada used to talk about Bhakti Yoga as being like the elevator. Different types of yoga are like taking the stairs. But Bhakti Yoga is a very simple and easy process in this age of Kali to practice. It can be done by even a child. And there's a translation of the chanting of Hare Krishna where he says even a dog can chant Hare Krishna. So this sound vibration is a transcendental sound vibration from the spiritual world. And so this practice of Bhakti Yoga, this love and devotion from the heart, is what Srila Prabhupada was saying was the easiest way in the age of Kali. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya says that he came especially to help people get out of Kali Yuga more quickly because too many souls were coming back around and around. And so he gave us this very simple, easy process which can be done with this love and devotion. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about with Bhakti Yoga is it promotes the well-being of human society by teaching the universal principle of God realization and self-realization, and it is a permanent source of happiness. It will bring unity and peace in the world. This is a quote from Bhagavad Gita purport, and this is also one of the descriptions of what Bhakti Yoga is, which is in the front of all of our Back to Godhead magazines. Bhakti Yoga is a process to discern reality from illusion, spirit from matter, and the eternal from the temporary. It's a process of exposing faults of materialism by knowledge, which comes from the Vedas. Bhakti Yoga is a way of following the guidance of Vedic techniques of spiritual life. It is a way of preserving and spreading Vedic culture. Bhakti Yoga celebrates the chanting of the holy names as taught by Lord Chaitanya. And Bhakti Yoga helps every living being remember and serve Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. So these are descriptions of what it is. And I would like to know if anyone else has something to add to that. This is the first part of the equation that we're talking about, is what is Bhakti Yoga? Do you have more to add?
Well,
Can we get a microphone for them to speak with? The reason they speak on the microphone is because then people at home can hear it on their computers. These classes are broadcast on the computer every Sunday and every Wednesday evening.
I was just wondering sometimes I try to listen from like a person who doesn't know anything's point of view. And okay, Bhakti Yoga, what are the activities of Bhakti Yoga? Like, what do you do besides...
That's
That's the how. This is just the what.
Oh, okay.
We're doing what, and then we're doing why, and then we're doing how.
Okay. So just carry on.
We're getting to that. What I kind of wanted to do for beginners also in this class, because sometimes we're talking to a crowd that we assume knows what we're talking about. And actually our Sunday feast, which was started by Srila Prabhupada back in the 60s and has been going on all over the world in every temple every Sunday, is basically for newcomers and guests to come. So there are many people that come for the first time that walk in our doors that don't know anything, don't know what to expect. So what I was thinking about was the distinction of Bhakti Yoga from other yogas, because the word yoga, you hear it so much. And actually when we hear yoga in our day-to-day life, like when you go to the gym or sometimes the colleges offer it or etc., you're not really hearing about the real serious yoga practitioners like Gyan and, the Patanjali and the different. You're just basically hearing about Hatha Yoga, which is basically exercises. Now, Hatha Yoga also is a bona fide type of yoga which also was meant to link to the Supreme. The point of Hatha Yoga was to, through austerity and physical movement, develop detachment to the extent that you would then be able to realize your real identity. We're not these bodies. That's the first principle of self-realization. So we come into this world and we take on this form, and from the time that we're very, very young, we're given a name, and we're responded by loving parents, families, and we develop an identity in this body. And that identity gets stronger and stronger and stronger as we grow up. But the real truth is, we're not these bodies. It's very temporary. We're in them for a little while, and then we go on. And we've had millions and millions of bodies to get to this point. So the essence of yoga is to come in contact with the real consciousness, with the self beyond the body. And some practitioners of yoga want to clear their minds of any thoughts or actions declaring the world to be not real, illusion. And that's different from the path of Bhakti Yoga, which actually glorifies the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gives us all the desires that we have, and the tools and the cravings are actually coming from our real existence in the spiritual world, coming from the soul. So to differentiate the two, the impersonal form of yoga, where one would want to clear their mind and eventually merge into a big white light or a universal oneness. The Bhakti yogis, or which the ISKCON devotees, the followers of Srila Prabhupada taught us that light, it's real, it's there, it exists, you can attain that. And that light is actually coming from the body of Krishna. It's the effulgence coming from the body of Krishna. And that once you attain that, those yogis that strive to attain that perfection will eventually want to engage and interact, because the strong craving is for love and interaction with other living entities and with Krishna. So when Srila Prabhupada came and gave us this gift of his books, he basically spent most of his time translating parts of the Vedas that were unattainable to us in America, and actually most of India, unless you could read Sanskrit, and that was kind of something that not everybody was doing anymore. He spent his time, now he's basically given us the gift of Krishna. He's actually made it easy to come to that. So Bhakti Yoga is actually a spiritual practice similar to the other types of yoga where you're controlling you try to control your mind and your senses, but the essence of that, the point of that, is to develop love of God. And that's what sets it apart. And in that effort, one feels pleasure, because the word Krishna means one who gives pleasure to the senses and the cows. So Krishna is the reservoir of pleasure, and we'll have a little point in this class where everyone will chant a little bit on japa beads, and you'll be able to actually experience for yourself a little bit of that pleasure. So that's what I had to add to clear up the difference between Bhakti Yoga and other yoga. Does anybody have any questions about that? So, now we get to the why. So why yoga at all? Why Bhakti Yoga? Anybody have any thoughts about that? Why bother? You get up in the morning, everybody's very, very busy in their lives. Everybody has to work and take care of families or some responsibility, and so why make the effort? Why bother with a discipline such as Bhakti Yoga? Any thoughts?
I have a thought that in the Bhagavad Gita, which is the basic teaching of, it's the basis of Bhakti Yoga, Krishna is telling Arjuna not to give up his job as a warrior. Bhagavad Gita is spoken on a battlefield, and Arjuna is his close friend, and during the process of speaking to him, becomes his disciple. But he says, don't give up your job as a warrior, but use everything you have to serve me. And so while we're working day to day, we can use this Bhakti Yoga in the same way. And Prabhupada was talking about that also in this purport that we read, how we utilize everything we have in a loving way. And that's the consciousness of utilizing the work we do. Like if we have to get up in the morning, instead of thinking, I have to get up to go to work, you think, I'm going to get up and I'm going to offer this whole day to Krishna. And if you take it one day at a time like that, and then chant whenever you can, then that's what I just want to make that point on. And did you have something to say, Chinmay?
What did you say? Why? You asked a question.
The question was, why bother? Why take on a discipline such as Bhakti Yoga? What would motivate someone to do that?
I think because it's the most natural to the person. Like it's really natural to love, and it's natural to think about your lover and to say his name and to want to serve that person. But to do like austerities and to do yoga practices, to concentrate the mind and all, it's more difficult and it's not as natural. That's why I would think.
Yeah, that's actually the essence of it. Yes? Ooh. The microphone.
Haribol? Yeah. I think another reason of why that comes to my mind is this: in this world, like whatever people are doing, the endeavor is to search for happiness. But no matter what they do, unless we are established with our natural position of connection to Krishna, so which means loving devotional service, there will be no satisfaction and people will be frustrated eventually in whatever endeavor they are taking. So I think it's really, really very, very important for us to be established in that internal identity, otherwise we'll be fish out of water, constantly searching here and there, but never getting to the point of where the heart is satisfied and it's fulfilled. So at least for the sake of whether you want to be happy in this world or the next, I think it's very important to understand the science of Bhakti Yoga. So essentially, why means how to be happy in this world.
So, wow, you hit the nail right on the head. You made two really good points, and one of them overlapped what Chinmayi said. And the first point is to find happiness. Everybody is wanting happiness in this world. And the media that's all around us, billboards and television and radio and music, all is giving its own idea of what will make us happy that they will profit from. So buy this car and you'll be happy. Buy this house and you'll be happy. Get this dress and you'll be happy. Buy these shoes and you'll be happy. And on and on and on and on and on. And as a young person develops in this world, for some little bit of time, maybe one would think that, like children opening gifts. You know, you can ask a child, what makes you happy? Oh, when they get a present, get a new toy. But as you get older, you see that there's something deeper, something else needed to make us happy. And that life, when you just live life without pursuit of spiritual linking with Krishna, there is no happiness. And the second point you made was what Chinmayi was saying, it's natural. And Srila Prabhupada so very beautifully put that in one of the very first, when he came, George Harrison helped him make one of the first record albums of the Hare Krishnas, became a big hit, Radha Krishna Temple album. And the introduction to that album, Srila Prabhupada spoke very beautifully on chanting. And he said in there that chanting of Hare Krishna is natural to the soul. It's not an imposition. It's not something external that we're taking on that's imposing on our consciousness. It's actually who we really are. It's like being a fish out of water. And you're this fish and you're going around and you think if you get a new hat or you get this and this fish, and then all of a sudden this fish happens upon this pool of water and no one has to explain to him or say anything about it. That fish has found its natural habitat. And chanting Hare Krishna gives us that feeling. Bhakti Yoga gives us that feeling. So that's a really perfect answer for why one would pursue Bhakti Yoga. I want to read a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam that explains our position very concisely in this age. Oh, yes, can I?
Excuse me. You were saying, like in advertising, they are saying, buy this, you'll be happy, and that, you'll be happy. So this happiness is very transient. You'll be happy the next day and next week, maybe. But what they don't say is that you do this and you'll make someone else unhappy. Because someone else is going to be craving for the same thing as you achieved.
Yeah. What to speak of the people, what it took to get that thing. nowadays we're finding out slave labor and water pollution. So someone might have some nice product in America, and you find out that to get that product in another part of the world, we contaminated the water source for a whole group of people, or on and on and on. There's you want a beautiful rug, and then you find out what it took to get. So in the material world, it's like that. There's everything is kind of tinged somehow. Material happiness is not pure happiness. It's always tinged and temporary. So I just wanted to read this one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. What did we say it was, Kanka? It was
1:10.
1:10, okay. First canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. One. 10. Oh, I'm not very good, so bear with me with the Sanskrit. Prayanal payusha shabya kalavashmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi uptrutya. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. Now, Prabhupada's purport. The devotees of the Lord are always anxious for the spiritual improvement of the general public. When the sages of Naimisharanya analyzed the state of affairs of the people in the age of Kali, they foresaw that men would live short lives. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened, not so much because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. By keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over-sense gratification, over-dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living sap the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is shortened. The people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially, but in the matter of self-realization. The human life is especially meant for self-realization. That is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what the supreme truth is. Human life is a means by which the living entity can end all the miseries of the hard struggle for life in material existence, and by which he can return to Godhead, his eternal home. But due to a bad system of education, men have no desire for self-realization. Even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. In this age, men are victims not only of different political creeds and parties, but also of many different types of sense-gratificatory diversions, such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad associations, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickerings, and so on. So, it's a kind of paints a very bleak picture of life in the material world. Kind of like when you turn on the news in the morning. So, if you take a little time out of your day and you dedicate a certain fixed amount of time for your spiritual practice to perform Bhakti Yoga, it will have your life will change, it will transform. So now, was there anything more about why?
Well, also, the verse is pretty much describing that, of course, everyone is searching for happiness, but if we ignore this process of self-realization and God-realization, then what happens is anxiety, hatred, loneliness, prejudiceness, greed, boredom, envy, and anger. In fact, the World Health Organization says the highest disease we have now in the world is anxiety. And I don't know if you know, but I was working as a nurse for 20 years, and most of my colleagues would take anti-anxiety medication. And it's a very common thing in the world today. If you go to any ER doctor, he'll tell you that the most given medication to people is anti-anxiety medication. So, 1 second. And so this is one of the reasons why we want to find a process that will give us happiness. It will give us peace, and it will fulfill our heart with love. And that answers the question of why we would search for Bhakti Yoga, or why we would practice Bhakti Yoga. Yes?
Yeah, I have very practical advice for the people who are on those medication. They should eat cashew nuts. That's all.
Okay. That's part of the process of Bhakti Yoga, is to have a healthy diet and to be a vegetarian, to eat fruits and vegetables and grains, and so that's we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to stay healthy, because in order to be successful in life, we have to have success materially and spiritually. We have a perfect example with Srila Prabhupada being very successful materially and spiritually. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was a government magistrate. He's one of the teachers in our line. And he was also very successful materially and spiritually. So we're going to go into how we can practice this and what it is.
One point worth mentioning is that that's looming over everyone is death. And before we move on to how, this was another point that I wanted to talk about under the why. So every man knows when he's born that he's going to die. And there's a place in the Bhagavad Gita where it amazes Krishna that Arjuna, it amazes Arjuna that what is this power, or this how is this kind of illusion so strong that every man knows death is all around, but feels like it's not going to touch him. We every day we live our life and we push away this thought that death is coming. And to the extent that, especially in countries like the United States, we don't want to see it at all. We're going to, we don't want to see old age. We don't want to be reminded of it. We don't want to hear about it. But actually the yogi is living their life basically planning for the time of death. That's the ultimate test in the life of a yogi, is the time of death. So you're given this human form of life, and you know you're going to die, and no matter what goals you have materially, and no matter how important things are in your life, as it gets closer to the time of death, all those things peel away. It's like Srila Prabhupada compared it to building castles at the beach, sand castles, and then the wave comes. It just completely diminishes the importance of anything that we held near and dear in our lives. So what's lasting? What can we do that's lasting? And we find that the practice of Bhakti Yoga gives us a focus and a goal and allows us to face that challenge of dying head on. We it's a very, death is a very fearful thing. There's books written about that. I've myself worked with hospice. I've done some hospice care. And it's not an easy thing, but I can tell you right now, for the devotee, it's a whole different occasion. And Srila Prabhupada explained to us that for the materialist, for the person, for the atheist, the materialist, who hasn't really paid attention to any of the principles of spiritual life, that death to him is like the cat. Death is like the cat. And for the materialist, when the cat is coming, the materialist is like the rat. And when death is coming, he feels that fear that death is coming to get me. But for the devotee is like the kitten. And when the cat is coming with her mouth open for the kitten is happy to go. Oh, my mom is coming to take me. Death is coming to take me. And so that's a very big why to practice Bhakti Yoga. It gives us a focus and a goal to end our lives properly, with our eyes open, consciously. And I guess that brings us to how. How do we do that now? The how of. Does anybody have any questions so far?
I wanted to say one more thing about why we practice. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks to Arjuna how the process of Bhakti Yoga is a joyful process. So one of the reasons why we should practice is so that we can add joy to our life every day. And by taking this one step at a time and learning the process that Prabhupada taught us, that Lord Chaitanya gave us, it's a very simple, easy process. One time, some devotees showed Srila Prabhupada a cartoon, and it was two elderly people sitting in rocking chairs. And they said, the woman was saying to the man, chant, chant, chant. And he said, can't, can't, can't. But actually, from that cartoon, you can see that it's actually an easy process, simple for the simple, difficult for the crooked. And it's such a process that even children, like I said before, every day they can sing. Jagarini and I were preschool teachers in the early 70s when we had a lot of children at the ISKCON temples, especially in Los Angeles. And we opened up a preschool, and we made songs from all the verses and all the stories. We had songs that the children could sing so they could remember Krishna while they were playing. And it also helped us remember Krishna because we enjoyed singing the songs. Just like there's that one verse where Krishna says he's waiting for us just to turn to him, and Prabhupada gave the example like two birds in a tree. And as soon as you turn to me, then I will help you, because by his grace we will make our progress in Krishna consciousness, and also by the grace of the spiritual master. And so we made a song up about the two birds in the tree, and we taught the children that part of the philosophy. So it's a very practical and easy process, and will give us joy, and that is why peace, joy, love, happiness, these are the things that we're looking for, and that's why we should practice Bhakti Yoga.
Any questions or comments so far? Were you going to say something? No. So that brings us to how. So how do we practice Bhakti Yoga? What is the actual, what are our lives like from when you get up in the morning? Well, Bhakti Yoga is basically it's a yoga of life. It's putting Krishna in the center, starting where you are right now. As the minute you could have a full life, you could be a doctor, a lawyer, a car mechanic, a teacher. You could be a soldier. Anything you are. if you add Krishna to the center of that, you've started your life as a bhakta. And that's why it's so easy and natural. Because there's really nothing needed to do more than adding Krishna to your life. And of course, we do follow certain disciplines. We don't take intoxication. We don't have sex out of marriage. We don't eat any meat, fish, or eggs. And we don't participate in gambling. And those are disciplines that Srila Prabhupada asked us to follow, to become serious disciples when we joined, as serious practitioners of Krishna consciousness. But to begin this process, one just simply has to add Krishna to their lives, and those other unwanted things, the things that we don't do, they kind of fall away. You kind of lose you lose the desire to do any of those things. It's Prabhupada gave the example of if you had a cup of milk and somebody's put some ink in that milk, what would be the best way to get the ink out? Does anybody know? How would you get the ink out of a cup of milk? Can you say?
Add a lot of milk.
Yes, you got it. Exactly. You add more milk. If you keep adding milk, the ink goes away. And Prabhupada, that's basically our heart's like that cup of milk. It's got lots of ink in it. And the devotional practices are the milk. And if you add a lot of milk, slowly over time, all of the unwanted things in our heart goes away. And that's why we describe the life of a bhakti yogi to be so peaceful and happy and joyful. Because everybody knows what it's like in life to get in quarrels, especially in this age of quarrel. There's so many quarrels, there's so many misunderstandings, there's so many things that can happen in a day to set you off, to kind of disturb you, right? But if you take a few minutes every morning to do some bhakti, to practice a little bit, to chant the holy name a little bit every day, slowly, things just don't bother you as much anymore. It's not that those things stop. The material world is going on. It's going on and at a very fast pace. But the bhakti yoga, that's our yoga. Our yoga is that you become undisturbed by the things of the world. So what are some of the ways that we practice bhakti yoga? Well, there's 9 basic processes of bhakti yoga. I'm going to read them to you. Okay. Yeah. The first is hearing. The second is chanting. The third is remembering. The fourth is serving the Lord's lotus feet, deity worship, praying, executing the orders of the spiritual master, serving as a friend, and complete surrender. Those are the 9 processes of devotional service. Of those 9, the most important are hearing and chanting and remembering. And those are so simple. So when Lord Chaitanya was born in India, in Navadvip, and he's an incarnation of Lord Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya appeared for 2 reasons. One reason was, in this age of Kali, I read that verse about in the Srimad Bhagavatam about how we're short-lived and we're disturbed and so many things quarrelsome. So in this age, what's our hope? How are we going to be able to become these yogis? How are we going to be able to perfect any kind of spiritual practice in this age where so many things disturb us? So Lord Chaitanya came to give us that answer. He also came to experience for himself what it was like to be a devotee. Because Krishna loves his devotees, and Krishna is beholding to his devotees. And Krishna wanted to actually taste what it felt like to be on the other side of that. So he actually incarnated to feel what it was like to be a devotee, and at the same time to give us an easy way. And what he gave us was this Maha Mantra. And the Maha Mantra is the Hare Krishna mantra. So everybody please repeat after me. Hare, Krishna, Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare, 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 Rama, Hare, Rama, 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 Hare, Hare. And that simple mantra is called the Maha Mantra because that's the mantra for deliverance. That mantra will actually bring about, oh boy, it accomplishes so much. It cleanses the heart of all the dust that's accumulated for years. It brings us attachment to Krishna, and it includes in the meaning of it, it's a cry for devotional service. You're asking Krishna, please engage me in your service when you chant that mantra. That mantra is so powerful that if you chant just a little bit every day, just a little teeny bit every day in your car, in your shower, there's no hard and fast rule. Of course, as a more serious practitioner will develop a sacred space, they'll get up, they'll sit nicely and chant on beads, which is even more ecstatic. But for the very beginner, just incorporating this Maha Mantra in your life is the easiest, quickest, and best way to start on your path of bhakti. And by chanting the holy name, by chanting Hare Krishna, you're actually hearing and chanting at the same time. Because when you chant, you listen to the mantra. So the top two processes of devotional service are accomplished by chanting Hare Krishna. What else can we say?
Bhakti yoga is also a very practical process to learn a lot about your own self and God. You live in the association of devotees. This is in the Nectar of Devotion, how important that is. To either live near a temple or in a temple and practice this. And then we have Bhakti yoga helps you by this chanting process. You learn how to become compassionate and kind to all living entities. We teach this process, like Srila Prabhupada, when the children were first being born into the Hare Krishna movement, Srila Prabhupada would ask the small children what they're doing, and the small children would go up to the guests and say, "Do you know who Krishna is?" And Srila Prabhupada would say, "This is so wonderful that they're asking, do you know who Krishna is?" Because that's our job as servant of the servant is to go and teach this Krishna consciousness to everyone we meet, even if it's just a little bit. And to give Prabhupada's books is even better, because by anyone reading Srila Prabhupada's books, they can start understanding the science of God realization. Prabhupada started out by asking the devotees to chant 64 rounds a day in the early days. Now 64 rounds on your japa beads is quite a bit. And I just wanted to read to you this little passage from the Hare Krishna Explosion, which was written by Hari Griva, one of Prabhupada's first disciples. Swamiji said, "Now that you have beads, you should chant 64 rounds every day. 64 rounds. To pronounce every word of the mantra distinctly, we require 5 minutes to chant a round. 64 rounds would take over 5 hours. That's impossible, we said. We'll never have the time. All right, Swamiji says, then chant 32 rounds every day. That's impossible, we said. We'll never be able to do it. It's way too much. All right, Swamiji said, 16 rounds and no less. After the kirtan, Swamiji requests us to chant 1 round, and the little storefront vibrates with the mantra. It is most soothing. It drowns out even the constant 2nd Avenue cacophony of traffic, kids, and barking dogs. It is best to chant all your rounds early in the day, he says, actually before the sunrise. Perhaps this you cannot do, but at least try to have 16 rounds chanted by midday. Of course, chanting should go on all the time. There's no restriction. Even when we go to the bathroom, I ask? Yes, Swamiji laughs. Even then, of course, you must not take your beads into the bathroom, but the mantra you can chant all the time. So that was an excerpt from the Hare Krishna Explosion.
So the hearing and chanting is the most important, the most important process of Bhakti Yoga. And that's something you take with you, and you can do anywhere, anytime. But there's so many other things you can do as well. This temple, we moved into this facility last April, and we've got programs 3 times a week. We have classes on Saturday mornings, Wednesday evenings, and Sunday afternoons. The beautiful deities are being worshipped here every day. The first RT of the day is 4:30 in the morning before the sun comes up. So there's a wonderful world of devotional service at our fingertips that anybody can tap into at your comfort level. And when you do that, when you take 1 step towards Krishna, Prabhupada taught us that Krishna takes 10 steps towards us.
And probably the main foundation of practicing Bhakti Yoga is to read Srila Prabhupada's books. When the devotees were distributing Srila Prabhupada's books, he said, "Are you reading them?" Because he didn't want them to just distribute them. He wanted them to read them also. And this reading of Srila Prabhupada's books and attending classes and hearing is so valuable because it actually builds a very strong foundation. Because in the material world, the wind can come at any time and try to blow us over, change our mind, take us somewhere else. But if you have a strong foundation, then your house will not blow over. And I really am grateful that in the very beginning, when I joined the Hare Krishna movement, I got to live in an ashram. At that time, Srila Prabhupada's books were just being printed. So every day we had amazing classes. We were so excited to read those books. We were getting one at a time, first the Bhagavad Gita, and then we got the Krishna book, and then we got Nectar of Devotion, we got Shri Upanishad. So we would have these classes all throughout the day, but we would also spend at least an hour reading time, and I always feel grateful because the material nature is so strong, and over my lifetime, many things have happened, even within the Hare Krishna movement, where it was difficult to stay steady. But I attribute my foundation of knowing Prabhupada's book, knowing the philosophy, reading Prabhupada's books, that I remain strong and faithful. And the other thing that we can do is that's really important is whatever we eat, offer it to Krishna. It's a loving exchange. It's a process that's so easy. You can even just do something quick, like say, "Oh, Krishna, thank you. You're so kind. You've given us so much nice food. Please, you eat first." It's a valuable thing, and it can be done at home. It can be done at work, right before you eat your lunch at work. So This is part of the process of Bhakti Yoga, to help us always remember Krishna and never forget him.
So is everybody here practicing Bhakti Yoga in some degree? If yes, raise your hands. So what I'd like to do is go around the room and have everybody just say something quick about their favorite thing to do, their favorite practice at home. Because I feel that it's helpful to hear from other people how they practice and how they incorporate it into their lives. So could we just go around and do like that?
Before we do that, there's one more thing I wanted to share with you that I thought was so sweet when I was going through some of the literature. There's a quote from Srila Prabhupada, and it says, "Now I can see that it is a miracle. Otherwise, how could one old man with only a few books to sell for barely getting food introduce a God-conscious movement in a materialistic society?" So I just thought that was a very sweet quote from Srila Prabhupada. And it shows how this Hare Krishna movement will go on. Lord Chaitanya said that it will be heard in every town and village throughout the world. We are in the golden period of the Kali Yuga, the 10,000-year period, where it will grow more and more, and we can see it happening. We're seeing it happening in our own lives. But we want to be able to share that with everyone.
So do you, the microphone's over there. Do you want to start and just say just a quick sentence or two about the way you like to practice?
Yeah, so you were saying about the food.
You have to put it really close to your mouth.
You were saying about the food, and I try to do it when I'm considering what I'm about to eat. I just look at my plate and focus a little bit on that and consider, that's what I'm going to take, and it's going to be good for me. Something else is when I see someone else who has like something negative, is saying something negative, like I don't feel good because of that, then I consider what he's saying and try to give another perspective, to bring, like you can see this another way, and don't feel bothered by what you just said.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mataji, can you give it to Kumari? No. Yes.
Yeah. I like to worship Lord in the morning, and then read Bhagavad Gita, and then chanting.
Hi.
Hare Krishna. When I'm bathing Krishna every day, first thing I do is turn the TV, put it on the internet, put it on Mayapur TV. Then at 7 o'clock, I'm waiting for the LA Live. So as I'm bathing and Abhisheking, dressing Krishna and everything, I'm also watching LA Live every day, and I listen to the Bhagavad classes every day until about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's something everybody probably knows about, and if you don't, is it mayapurtv.com? If you go to mayapurtv.com, you can get classes from all the temples around the world. It's listed on there, and so, in India, their day is our night, and our night is their day, so you can kind of always find some class that's going on. Very, very nice.
That's another wonderful thing about Bhakti Yoga, is that you have so many different avenues. We have these computers, we have these DVDs, we have these books, we have this music that's all recorded. And it's so nice, because what a wonderful way to start your day, just to be able to do that every single day. How wonderful.
There are many things I do, but the prominent thing is Ekadasi Vrat, which is a day of Hari, and brings back my tamasic character into sattvic light.
So Ekadasi is actually tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you. That's wonderful. It's so important to remember Ekadasi. Actually, Lord Chaitanya told his mother, if you can't do anything else, please follow Ekadasi. And sometimes I forget to look at my calendar when I'm not in the association of devotees, and I go, I missed Ekadasi. And I can't even just do the little thing that Lord Chaitanya asked
So
his mother.
Ekadasi is a fast day that comes twice a month. And it's a day that it's a day that was given to us as a fast day, and the Srila Prabhupada asked us to refrain from grains and beans on that day. And it's is it the 14th day of the 11th?
It comes out after every 14 days.
Yeah.
But the major thing is you should be awake the whole night and worship.
And chant and worship and chant. There's many things. Anything you do on Ekadasi is more auspicious.
Hare Krishna. I like to listen to the Prabhupada's books, that I have the audio version, and that I use that while I commute to office.
Wow.
And we generally switch on the kirtan, most of the time in the morning, evenings, and that really helps us, to keep the mood and be in the Krishna consciousness.
So nice.
Hare Krishna.
Well, I should say I have a confession. I don't do it as much as I would like to, but I think getting my kids involved has been a great inspiration for me, because they're the ones asking questions, and I'm the one who has to be kind of a role model for them. So I try to chant, I get them to chant, which is a big inspiration for me. And we do bhajans in the car, and so that's really good.
Very nice.
The children are our future. Very important.
This is our first time, so before we start our day, we thank the God for giving us all the things which we have. And that's the only thing which we do right now.
That's bhakti. That's wonderful.
Hare Krishna. So during my free time, while I'm driving and when I'm alone and when there is no disturbance, I just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I've been doing that for about a year now. And recently I'm very lucky because during the... somebody knocked my door and they gave Bhagavatam. So
the Sankirtan devotees?
Yeah. And that happened in the birth of Bhagavad Gita, Gita Jayanti. So after that, so I'm really lucky, and I know the importance of that. Bhagavatam is a reincarnation of Krishna himself.
Do you feel a difference in your life since you started doing that?
A lot, actually. A lot.
Wow.
So I started reading Bhagavatam, not every day because of my travel, because of my job. But whenever I have time, I am reading that. And I've been from a meat-eating family, and one fine day, I got severe aversion towards meat. So it's not a planned activity that I wanted to stop, but now I'm a full vegetarian.
Wow.
And there is not even a sense of interest to go back. So I'll stay that until Krishna keeps me like that.
Wow. Prabhupada called that the higher taste.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, that's what happens. The more we chant Hare Krishna, the more our heart becomes cleared and clean, and all those things drop away that we had interests in before. We're not interested in anymore.
The holy name, Krishna is actually there. He's actually in the sound vibration of Hare Krishna is Krishna himself. He's in his name. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we're actually associating with Krishna. And just like if you've ever had a close friend, especially as a child, you notice that you start to take on some of the characteristics of your friend, and your friend will take on some of your characteristics. People that are close together, they start to think like each other and act like each other. And that's the principle in associating with Krishna's holy name is that we become godly. So, and it happens without an artificial or an imposing type of feeling like you were describing. It's you just start to want godly things, higher taste.
So, Hare Krishna. My favorite devotional activity is chanting. Chanting is I find it is the most energizing aspect of devotional activity. Although I'm engaged in other activities like doing Mangal Arati, deity worship, are all. I do those things, but chanting is the most important for me. Even sometimes if I miss like some rounds or if I am not concentrated with my chanting, then I feel very bad from inside. So if I can do good chanting, then I feel very good. So I consider chanting as a most powerful and important part of the devotional activity.
How long have you been chanting?
It's almost 11, 12 years, 2000. So it's almost 14 years.
Wow.
So one of the things that I want to share that I do when I chant is I try to concentrate that I'm giving my love, as much love as I can, to Radha and Krishna. That while I'm chanting this mantra, to give as much love, and to every time I wander off, then I try to bring it back to that. That it's that loving feeling that we want to develop in our heart, and then we'll also get it for all other living entities, and the world will become a better place.
Hare
Hare Krishna Mataji. I don't do much, but I do a little bit of chanting, and sometimes if some service in the temple, that's all I do.
Very nice, thank you.
And you have a wonderful family.
Hare Krishna. I do morning prayers, chanting. That helps me a lot. I like it very much.
Very nice. You know, it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that said that anyone born in the land of Bharatvarsha, they are the ones to teach this Krishna consciousness. So you are all very lucky.
Hare Krishna. I normally, like, every day we do the puja as a ritual. It's not something special, but we keep doing it. Yeah. But
keep the microphone really close to your mouth so that everyone
like
can
an
hear.
ice cream cone, see?
Yeah, really close.
Yeah, and I like to read a lot of devotional books, which I think has limited me, getting into the foundation. As Mataji told, it is like it builds a foundation for our spiritual life. That is what I feel. And regarding offering food, I try to do it every time, just not only on the festivals we keep it in before God for offering. Otherwise, whatever I have in plate, I just say God's name and start before that.
That's very nice.
Hare Krishna. My favorite activity are three. Number one is chanting in the association of devotees, both japa and sankirtan. And number two is hearing lecture. And number three is cooking sweet item for deities.
That's so nice.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So my favorite activity in devotional service is service. Basically, I see that rendering service with devotees or to Vaishnavas gives far more bliss than just service to any. Generally I keep doing so many things, but here to Krishna, Radha and Krishna, that's the most favorite. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said we need to become the servant of the servant of the servant. So we appreciate your comments.
Hare Krishna Mataji. We as a family do morning prayers and chanting and we offer bhog to Radha Krishna.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna. So when we get up, we start our day by listening to kirtan for a couple of hours. Then after finishing bathing and all that stuff, we do puja every day and then chanting during the day whenever possible.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Our day usually starts with a devotional song. I usually turn on the TV, listen some devotional songs, and after taking the bath, we'll pray the God. And just one more important I want to share. Even my daughter is in here for the classes. Myself and my wife and kid nowadays starts like every time for any lunch or dinner, sit together. Just day before day, she said, Papa, take God name. I felt so happy that at least after coming, she here started learning something. Before taking the food, take the God name. And I realized that's a wonderful moment for me.
Very nice. We're talking, Damodar Prabhu, we're going around the room talking about your favorite devotional service that you like to do at home.
I like to do chanting in the morning, and then we have a group called CHAD, and then few of us are part of that. And right now, so in the morning itself, we try to see if we can finish chanting and read Bhagavad Gita, a chapter a day, and then we started doing one chapter a day of Bhagavatam, and we were just doing translation to begin with. So we finished the 12 cantos as a group. Now we are doing each purport. So we are now in chapter 5th of Bhagavatam. And then we read 10 minutes on Bhagavatam, and then now we are doing chapter by chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we touch all the 3 important books in our sampradaya. And it's very enlivening, especially we found that Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is very sweet. So I request devotees who do not have, get a copy of Bhagavatam set and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and chant. It's a simple program.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, I like to do chanting in the morning and the whole day, like whenever I am free, like I go for a walk, do some exercise, or when I'll be cooking, something like that, I'll be chanting. I'll feel very nice when I do the chanting.
Thank you.
That's so important to chant all the time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Kurma Brahman when he was in South India, chant incessantly. So there's no hard and fast rules. You can chant wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Hare Krishna Mataji. We do chanting and offer food to Krishna and try to read Bhagavad Gita at least 1 or 2 shloka daily. That's it.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Every day, like once we wake up, like we start the kirtan and then we complete our regular activities, then we do chanting and then we eat sprouts for breakfast. We offer that and we take, that's all, Mataji.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So I like to hear kirtans actually. So every morning we'll hear kirtans and I like to do chanting. Yeah.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Listening to Bhagavad Gita and Harinam Sankirtan are my favorite seva.
Can you pass to the devotees on the side so they don't get left out? Thanks.
Hare Krishna. My most favorite thing to do in Krishna consciousness is kirtan. Listening to kirtan by other devotees or singing them myself in association with devotees or in the temple, at home, anywhere. I just love kirtan and prasad. Prasad, honoring them or cooking them for devotees, offering them to Krishna, whatever way it is, prasad is always favorite thing in Krishna consciousness.
There's a verse in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, I am where my devotees are chanting my holy names. So he's present in the kirtan. It's so beautiful.
Hare Krishna Mataji. My day starts with a Mangala Aarti, though it's not at Brahma Murta time, but I really enjoy doing it. And the thing which I really like in Krishna consciousness is singing Vaishnava bhajan and listening to it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Haribol Mataji. My favorite activity in Krishna consciousness is decorating the altar and cooking for Krishna.
Very nice, thank you.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
I think you see I'm doing the garlands of Krishna every day. And most probably I'm trying to do the chanting. And in the chanting, sometimes I'll get little bit of happiness, and sometimes if I have any disturbance, how to continue the chanting, Mataji. If we have any disturbance, anything, how to continue the chanting with if the mind is so stressed and everything, how to control all that things? Can you give any guidance to me?
Well, actually, that's a really excellent question, and it's actually kind of a circle, because what happens is, if your mind is disturbed and you feel like it is difficult to chant, the way to overcome that is actually to chant more. And if you learn how to focus on the holy name, it brings about a consciousness. The chanting itself is something you experience while you're doing it. But kind of like a metabolism. And you know how they say if you exercise, you'll burn calories, but not all day long? It's like that. It's like a Krishna conscious metabolism. So if you chant nicely in the morning, it's going to change your consciousness throughout the day. And actually it's cumulative. And it'll change your consciousness more and more through the years, to the extent that you'll see things differently, and things just won't disturb you so much anymore. What's a good example? You know, like children. Sometimes you see children, their moods can switch so quickly. 1 minute crying, 1 minute laughing, over something very insignificant. Well, we're like that in a way. You know, we think our problems are bigger and more serious, and we think that they warrant our minds to be disturbed, you know. We're not like children. It's not just candy. My mortgage is due. My house is being foreclosed. My health isn't good. Big problems, big things. And we think that this is a real reason for anxiety. But if you train yourself to put Krishna in the center and to chant, especially by chanting, what happens is the lifetime is less significant and the goal is more significant.
You remind yourself that you're spirit soul, and always practice. And that's what it takes. A lot of practice. Just practice, practice, practice. And that you're a spiritual being. These other things are just like a dream. They will come and they will go.
It's temporary. It's very temporary.
And one more thing, how to remove our ignorance and selfishness and jealousiness. Sometimes we'll feel we have some kind of jealousiness in something, in seeing some other persons or anything. How to remove that kind of things by being in the Krishna consciousness? We have, every person has having a jealousy and ignorance and everything. So how to be avoided that way?
Well, that's a really good point, actually. You brought up a really good point. That's when you become a serious practitioner and you chant Hare Krishna, part of what you're doing is you're reflecting on your own heart. And Prabhupada compared it to cleaning a dirty room. If you go into a room that hasn't been cleaned in many years, what happens when you start to clean? The dust goes all over the place. It actually appears even dirtier than when you first walked in, when everything was settled down. And Prabhupada gives that example, that when you start to chant Hare Krishna seriously, when you take it as a practice, you'll start seeing all these things inside your heart. You'll see the envy, the lust, the greed, the anger, all these things that have been there for so long. And the fact that you're asking the question is proof that you're doing that work. Because most people go through life not noticing these things about themselves. Most people in the world, they just kind of bulldoze their way through life and maybe blame others for anything that goes on with them, and just kind of, you want what you want and you just figure out how to get it and whatever. But when your goal is, to go back to Godhead, when your goal is to actually become pure-hearted, which is what we need to do to be qualified to go back to Krishna. So if that's your goal, and as a serious practitioner you're seeing these things, then what happens is you start to change how you act. You notice yourself more. Maybe you hold your tongue. You don't say something is going to hurt somebody else. You become a little more sensitive, a little more tuned in, a little bit more aware. And that all happens when you're serious as a serious practitioner. And you don't make an artificial effort. As you're aware of these things, you make proper choices. You make better choices. Karnath?
One thing I wanted to say, I was hearing everybody talking about chanting japa and reading books and worshiping deities, and it's all very important. One thing I don't do enough in my devotional practice, but really is effective, is that I've gone on book distribution for Srila Prabhupada. And I've, when we actually do some active service in this Krishna consciousness movement, because we have a mission to actually spread the glories of Krishna and to give people the opportunity to read Prabhupada's books, there's a lot of reciprocation that you get there. It helps you in the rest of your sadhana if you do something. I've always found if I had a good day where I was very focused on book distribution, and it takes a lot to actually go out and meet people, and it takes a lot of concentration to try to say the right thing, and then I found that the next morning the japa, like you were saying, it's a circle. The next morning the japa is stronger because I think somehow I satisfied Prabhupada and I'm getting some mercy there.
Okay, we're getting a little late, so we want people to move the microphone around quickly.
We have a few more people. If you haven't already said what it is that you like to do, your service at home, just thank you.
Hare Krishna. I chant my 16 rounds early in the morning, as early as possible. And after that I try to spend some time reading either Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Thank you.
Mataji, I also like to chant in the morning. And what I enjoy most in Krishna consciousness is hearing from other devotees, their realization, and putting an effort to align myself in the same direction.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So like everybody else, my favorite, the most favorite item in devotion service is chanting. And I try to get all my 16 rounds done in the morning, but it's not always possible because I'm not able to go to bed on time many days in the week because of work and other things. But as far as possible, I try to do that. And I see the difference when I do all my rounds in the morning. My days are much better than other days. And associating with devotees, coming to the Sunday Feast program every week is also one of my favorite things. And assisting with whatever activities going on and engaging in some practical service for the Lord and His devotees. All these things, these three main things, I feel purify me a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's a few more devotees.
I meditate and chant every morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do the same.
Thank you very much.
Kirtan is my favorite.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I think everyone pretty much touched every subject. I do the same thing, chant my rounds early, do books distribution every day, like this. So everyone pretty much touched all the subjects.
What's your favorite? What do you find that you like the most to do?
I am an all-arounder. I like to do it all. Book distribution, deity worship, cooking, cleaning. I don't have a favorite, basically. Everything is my favorite.
Hare Krishna Mataji. My favorite devotional service is chanting, and after that, seeing the deity, having the darshan of the deity in the temple, and also reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna. My name is Rameshwar Singh, and after remodeling, I'm visiting this temple for the first time.
Welcome.
For me, thank you. Chanting means to me, it depends upon personal experience, that talking to the Supreme Lord. I went through a great physical malady last year myself, and by praying, and then especially looking at the lotus feet while praying and imagining that I'm praying, I felt from time to time the Lord Krishna is tapping with his flute on my head and saying, "Be positive, you will be okay." And he was really communicating with me. He's filling me up with positive thoughts. I felt it provided me strength. And finally, I overcame the difficulty. So, one way or other, it gets in a habit. Although I'm not a full-time, dedicated devotee of ISKCON, but I was fortunate in 1970s to meet the Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada, 4 times in my lifetime, 2 times in Los Angeles, 1 time in San Francisco, 1 time in Berkeley. And I have been associating with the ISKCON projects over the years, and in fact I was delighted to see my names and my wife's names over there out on the tiles. But that's besides the point. It is my personal experience that once you get in habit of chanting, it's somewhere or other, you get up in the morning and it becomes part of your routine. You feel like there's something is missing if you don't do it. And then before you sleep, then also after you're done with, seems like you sleep better after you chant. And some other we get a psychological uplift, or some other we find a strength, or somebody you find that I surrender into, and why should I worry about myself? If he is there, he is looking over, and he is so kind, he is so generous. We are his children, then we have nothing to worry about. So just talk to him, chant with him. I don't want my wife saying that I should end my talk. So
thank you. That was very inspiring. Thank you for sharing with us.
So I feel very, very honored to be in the presence of so many wonderful bhaktas.
Wait a minute. I was going to say the same thing. I'm really excited to be in the presence of all of you. It's amazing, you guys. You guys are amazing devotees.
Does anybody have what we want to do now is we want to have, if there's any questions, any questions about anything we've talked about or touched, we can answer questions. And then right after that, we have started a practice here of chanting a round of japa together. And we'd like to do that.
Is Artik at 6?
Yeah, can you check and see? Because they didn't put on an offering yet. So.
We're trying to get all this done before the Artik. Yes. So we wanted to chant.
And does anybody have any questions? Before? Oh, okay. Any questions from anyone?
We're going to chant one round, and I just wanted to go through and give you some quotes. This is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The holy name of Krishna is so attractive that anyone who chants it, even Lord Krishna himself, becomes imbued with love of Krishna. And these are just, this is called the holy name. To penetrate the darkness of ignorance and bless everyone's heart, the holy name has arisen like the shining sun. That's a quote from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Devotional service, beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in human society. That's from the Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to start passing out the beads, so I just wanted to give you some of these while we're passing the beads out. Simply by chanting one holy name of Hari, a sinful man can counteract the reactions to more sins than he is able to commit. That's from the Brihad Vishnu Purana. That's how powerful the holy name is. The treasure of divine love in Goloka Vrindavan has descended in the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. That's by Narottam Das Thakur. Simply by chanting your holy name, one can surpass all obstacles. That's in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, whoever chants the holy name of Krishna just once is worshipable and the topmost human being. That's from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So
now, the reason we chant on japa beads is to engage our senses more than just hearing and chanting. We also involve touching. And many times when your mind wanders, it helps to press on your beads and focus your mind. So actually, it seems like such a simple thing, you're chanting Hare Krishna, but you'll see that when you become a serious sadhaka of the holy name, it's a very tricky thing because the mind is always trying to take you somewhere else. So together, let's start chanting bead by bead, and we start with the little bead. There's this one bead here is the head bead. One side you'll notice is larger than the other. We start with the little bead. There are 108 beads, and we'll just go one time around together. Okay? And you chant with we chant with these two fingers, this finger and this finger. You're not supposed to put the pointer, the accusing finger, doesn't go on the beads. It's these two fingers. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. All right, so that would have been 108 names that we said. So mantras, yes, times 16 names. Right. So thank you all very, very much. Thank you for being bhaktas. And any questions about the japa? Any thoughts or realizations or...
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, of sacrifices in this age, I am the chanting of japa.
Where's the microphone? Can pass the mic up there.
That's my realization, or you can say anything. For any obstacle, I always pray God. So suppose you don't get concentration in japa, again pray God. And for anything, that's my pray God. He is all powerful. He can mitigate everything just in seconds.
Yes, that's true. Only by the grace of Krishna we're going to be saved.
Any other thoughts about the japa? Can you pass the microphone right there?
I found it makes wonderful lyrics to base for inspiration on music.
That's very nice, thank you.
And actually, I'm going to make you listen, and if you like to sing, into something I found this morning. A new kirtan.
Huh.
One of the other points I wanted to make in Bhakti Yoga, it's very important to approach a spiritual master and take initiation by him. So I encourage all of you to find your teacher and take initiation. This is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says to approach the spiritual master because he's a self-realized soul and he can impart knowledge unto you. I'm actually going to have Akuranath say the verse.
Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to understand the truth by approaching a spiritual master, render service to him, and make inquiries from him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge to you because he has seen the truth.
Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Now there will be Artik ceremony, and then after the Artik ceremony, there will be a feast of Prashadam. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
So let's put all our books away efficiently.
Yeah, put the books and the mats in the back.
Hare Krishna.
I like to make you listen. I wrote a kirtan this morning, and it would be wonderful if I would play it in an harmonium, and if people could join me in singing it.
Okay. Yeah.
You think it's a good idea?
Yeah, good idea. Very well.
It is next to the...
After Aarti?
Okay.
Yeah. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namam Vishnu Padaya. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Koshobha Kiva Jaya Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Koshobha Kiva Jaya Jhanavi Tatabane Jagamana Lobha Jana Jhanavi Tatabane Jagamana Lobha Jana Dakhine Nitai Chan Bame Gadadhara Vadaki Nikate Advaita Shrini Masachatradhara Nikate Boshiyache Gaura Chan Ratna Simhasane Giba Boshiyache
Arati kore na Brahma Adi Deva gane Arati Narahari Adi kare Chamara Dulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Ghosha Adigaya Shankha baje, ghanta baje, baje karatala. Kiba shankha baje, ghanta baje, baje karatala. Kiba shankha Madhura mridanga bhaje Paramarasala madhu Madhura mridanga bhaje Paramarasala Shankha baje, ghanta baje, madhur, madhur, madhur baje. Shankha baje, ghanta baje, madhur, madhur, madhur baje. Shankha baje, ghanta baje, madhur, madhur, madhur baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje. Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaura Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. Kiva bahu koti chandra jine badana ujjwala Kiva bahu koti chandra jine badana ujjwala Galade Sevanamala Tore Jhala Mala Gala Shiva Shukanāradam Preme Gada Gada Shiva Shiva Bhakti Vinoda Dikhe Gaurara Sampada Bhaka Bhakti Vinoda Dikhe Gaurara Sampada Bhaka Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Everyone please chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go Hari Bol! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Make it. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Continue. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Continue. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Prabhupada 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 Jaya. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Premanande Shri Ram Sankirtan Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivachakacharya अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मई की यमुना मई की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी All glories to assembled devotee. All glories to assembled devotee. All glories to assembled devotee. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Shri Ramanujacharya Avirbhav Divas Mahamahotsav ki. Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna. We're about to say the Nrsinga prayers, and Lord Nrsingadev is the protector of the devotees. There's a very, very nice devotee in Los Angeles. He actually was one of the pioneers in the first team of devotees that brought Shri Radha and Mahaprabhu Gopal is, we changed Krishna. But this group of devotees brought the deities to Silicon Valley. They used to be in Los Angeles. And this young man was diagnosed not too long ago, a couple of months ago, with pancreatic cancer. He's just 46 years old. His name is Ram Prasad. And he has declined very, very quickly, and he's dying right now in Los Angeles. So if everybody could make their intention to offer this prayer that we're singing right now, Lord Nrsingadev, for the well-being of Ram Prasad and his peaceful passing back to Godhead, that would be really, really nice. Thank you very much.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahaladaladaine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatanka nakhalave. Ito Narsingho parato Narsimho. Yatto yatto yami tato Narsimha. Bahe Nrsingo hirdaye Nrsingo. Narasingamadim sharanam prapate. Tava kara kamalavare nakham adbhuta singam dalita hiranyakashipo tanu bhringam keshavadita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare tava kara kamalavare naka. Tanu bhringam keshavadita. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Bhakti Vigna Vinashak Bhagwan Lakshmi Nrsimha Dev ki jai. Bhakta Shiromani Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. May the Lordship seriously consider our request for taking care of Ram Prasad Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We welcome everyone to the Sunday Feast program at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. It's a rainy day outside, but still we're very glad that all of you have taken the time and effort to be here to attend the Sunday Feast program. There's nothing more auspicious than to sing the names of Lord Hari and to hear his glories in the association of devotees. Earlier today, we had a very nice lecture cum discussion led by Kanka Mataji and Jagarini Mataji, for which we are very grateful to them and would like to give them a round of applause. I've heard and seen 2 or more singers sing together in perfect harmony. I've seen 2 or more instrument players play instruments in a very nice way earlier, but I've never seen 2 individuals give a perfectly harmonious and synchronous lecture together. So thank you very much for this new kind of discourse at ISV. And not only did Mataji speak, but actually everybody in the room got a chance to speak and express their liking of a particular mood of devotional service. So it was very nice, and they discussed about the process of Bhakti Yoga. So here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley, this is what our mission is, to propagate the practice of Bhakti amongst all living entities. This is the actual purpose of human life, and when we come to take to this process in a serious manner, our purpose of life and also the purpose of this entire universal manifestation is actually met. And our life and everybody who comes in touch with us, their lives becomes auspicious. So we invite you to join us on a regular basis and take advantage of our regular programs here. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Do we have newcomers, those who are coming to the temple for the first time? Yes. We saw them last week actually. They somehow found our location from the website, and they spontaneously came forward and donated rice, dal and many other items for our kitchen last Sunday feast. Can you announce your name quickly?
Hello everyone, Hare Krishna. My name is Puneet and my wife here, Ragini.
Thank you, and welcome to our family here at ISV. We look forward to see you at all our regular programs. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anyone else here for the first time? Oh, here. Can you tell us your name loudly? Sarah? Hare Krishna. Welcome, and we're very happy to see you here tonight. The newcomers will get a small welcome gift from one of our devotee volunteers after the program. So make sure you do get your gift, which will help us to stay in touch with you on a regular basis. Okay, thank you. Tonight we have Mrs. Uma Sheshadri, one of our co-sponsors for tonight's feast. And are they still here in the room? I saw them earlier. Yes, thank you very much. And your husband, right? What is your name, sir? Raghu. So any particular occasion why you're sponsoring tonight's feast? Oh, it's a wedding anniversary. Hari Bol. That's a big... big reason to celebrate. So if you'd like to just come up in the front, I would like to give you a small return gift on behalf of all the devotees here. And these are sweets offered to the Lord this morning. Hare Krishna. Would you like to say a few words? We wish you a very happy and Krishna conscious married life. Hare Krishna. Tonight's feast is also being co-sponsored by Niral Prabhu and Khyati Mataji. And the occasion is anniversary, yet again. Okay. So can you come up and receive your small return gift? And while they are coming here, we'll all chant together the Hare Krishna mantra to wish them and our guests here a very happy married life, a happy and Krishna conscious married life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, everyone. Just keep our blessings on us, and hopefully we'll together advance in Krishna consciousness by visiting temple.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Niral Prabhu and Khyati Mataji. Damodar Vamshidhari Prabhu has a short update for us regarding tax receipts for all of us who have made donations in the year 2013. So we want to make sure you get all the tax receipts that for the amounts you have made, so that you can claim for your taxes.
I'll use this, Prabhu.
Please
Thank you so much. And Selva Prabhu, can you project the... So last week we presented about the financials for ISV for 2012 and 13. So you would have seen it, and we'll be broadcasting, we'll be putting a copy of those financial statements for all of you. Today I'm going to talk about, we have earlier, you have to request to ISV to get your tax receipt. I'm talking about ISV. There are two non-profit 501c3 organizations which we have. One is Pacific Learning Alliance, which is called PLA, and another is the mothership called ISV, ISKCON of Silicon Valley. So today's presentation is focused on ISV. What we have done is proactively, if we have your emails and you have been a donor in 2013, we have already sent you the receipt, tax receipt. Can I see people raising their hands who have donated and have received the tax receipt already? Wow. Excellent. Thank you. So that was one of our effort, so that sometimes devotees donate and they don't ask for tax receipt. So we acknowledge all your love and gratitude for the deities, and we have proactively sent that. In case there were 40 records actually in our database which were without email. So those devotees have yet not got a tax receipt. So in case you are one of those, please see me or Sonal Mataji. Sonal Mataji? Yeah, Sonal Mataji is there. Or Vrindavan Priya Prabhu. And we'll take your email, and then we will be able to send you the tax receipt. Also, if you have received the tax receipt, and we try to keep the data accurate, but there is a chance it's not accurate also, correct? In case you see some discrepancy, we'll be more than happy to validate those transactions and give you a refined tax receipt. And what we are doing from next month onwards is, say for example, we are already working on the January data. So every month we will be broadcasting the monthly statement. How much did we receive? How much did we spend? And who are the donors? We'll get an automated tax receipt by the second month, which is in February, by around middle of February to 20th of February. For the donations you have made for January, you will get a tax receipt. So this is a change which we are doing from this year. So keep your tax receipt. Also at the end of the year, we'll give you a complete consolidated tax receipt. Halada Rupa Prabhu, Puja Mataji, Gaurav Prabhu, Nilesh Prabhu and Sonal Mataji are the people behind it. And one more thing which we are trying to do is, we wanted to reciprocate more closely with you. And often we have seen that devotees change their house or change their phone or move, and then we don't get their updated contact. So one of the other initiative which we are doing is, background is we moved our contact management to salesforce.com. And you will receive a mail in a week or two, and then in which we will tell you what is the contact details which we have, and we request you if you can correct the wrong information, as well as we'll be happy to know your birthdays, anniversaries, and other significant days. All those things will come as part of the email, so that we can do some special puja for you. Okay? So this is something which will come into your mailbox. So one thing is, if your email is not with us, please see Shri Gopal Prabhu, Vrindavan Priya Prabhu, or me, and we'll be glad to have your email into our database. Let's go to the next slide, Prabhu. And one more thing on the taxes, till I am there. Our statements are done by Nitika Maheshwari. She is a certified CPA. And what she has offered this year is, for if you want to have your taxes done by her, whatever service she is charging, 80% of that service, she will give the full donation amount to ISV. And 20%, 25%, no, she said 20% will be for the staff she is managing, and 80% will come to ISV. So I have her visiting card. I will keep it outside there in case you want help in your tax preparations. That way your tax preparation fee 80% will come to Radha Madan Mohan. So we are very thankful and grateful to Nitika Mataji for coming forward to help devotees, as well as in a form help us with some donation amounts. Next is the $1 million wall. Basically, that's the $1 million wall which you see behind. There are 500 tiles. Each tile come for $2,000. So far, we have sold over 200 tiles. Our goal is for next 2 years, till end of 2015, we want to sell all the tiles. And what we are planning to do is, we are looking for help from each of you. And today we are launching one campaign where we are saying that you don't have to buy tiles for yourselves. First of all, you should get one tile for yourselves and your family. But in case you already have got, you can go out to your friends, your family members, your employees, your neighbors, all around. Try to see whether you can get devotees or people who can sponsor a tile. So what we are going to do is, this is a new banner which we'll be putting it somewhere close by. We are just deciding where to put it. And in case you come and pledge, what we are looking for is, since 300 tiles are remaining, if 60 people come forward for 5 tiles each, they say from right now to end of 2015, I'll try to get 5 tiles. And it's no mandatory. If you are able to do 2, it is okay. We'll take your picture and then we'll put it here. And we'll track how we are trying to, progress on that. So think of it, if we are able to sell 300 tiles, we'll collect $600,000. And that will be good for paying off the mortgage for the pending mortgage which we still have for the temple. So I'll request all of you to please come forward. We cannot do anything, but if we take a stand forward, Krishna is definitely going to help us. So anybody, Rajesh Prabhu, before he left, he actually volunteered, and then we'll have his name and picture here. Anybody here, I don't have time, I think I see Vrindavan Priya Prabhu here. Just 10 seconds if any of you would like to take the challenge of getting 5 donors or less in the next 2 years, please let me know. And we'll be happy to have your name here, okay? That's one more thing, one last thing. So one more item which that was for $1 million wall. You see this room, this is going to be where our visiting guest will be stationed in. And right now, there are, what we are looking at to make it in a final state, where we are trying to put a bed, nightstand, and other lamp and other things, so that visiting sannyasis can find it comfortable and stay in the temple. So the total amount which I got from Jagarini Mataji was close to around 2,000 is the estimate. And already $350 is covered. So in case you wish to sponsor part or the entire part of it, you can again see me. Thank you so much. Which one, Prabhuji? 1,650. That is a typo. Thank you. You can present. Yes, Prabhuji?
When he comes back from the Parakram in Mayapur and he's here for Gaur Purnima, he's going to stay in that room. He wants to stay there, so he'll be here every day, all the time. So we have to get the room ready by then to get it ready for him.
One more thing is that next Wednesday, the coming Wednesday, is Nityananda Trayodasi, which is whole appearance day of Lord Balram. And there will be a big program in ISV. It's a Lord Nityananda. Did I say Balram? Balram, Nityananda is one and the same. Thank you for correction. So, Balram is Krishna himself, the first expansion of Krishna. All of you are invited to come and join us. And it's a very good day to take pledges and help our temple. One more last slide, Prabhu. Tuesday is Lord Varaha's appearance day. Tomorrow is Ekadashi.
Okay. And so tomorrow we fast, because we have to break fast for Dvadashi. Tomorrow we fast until noon to celebrate Varaha's appearance day. And then we fast again until noon on Wednesday for Lord Nityananda's appearance day.
Perfect. Okay. And this is what, there is another thing is, we are planning to get Srila Prabhupada life-size deities into the congregation. It's already getting shipped from India. And there will be, sundry small expenses which we are looking at, so that, we will be able to mitigate the expenses which are coming. So already the deities are paid for, as well as the shipping and transportation is covered. What we are looking, Mataji is coming up with marble base where Srila Prabhupada will sit on it, as well as some kind of small setup. It will come up around $7,000. So in case any of you is looking for sponsoring the full or part of it, please see me. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow is Ekadashi. We fast till noon, and the later part of the day, and abstain from grains and meats. Just like normal Ekadashi. So we fast a day ahead in anticipation of the Varaha's appearance, Lord Varaha's appearance day. Hare Krishna, thank you. So as Damodar Prabhu already mentioned, next Wednesday is a festival. It's the appearance day of Lord Nityananda, and we'll be having a grand celebration here. It's a weeknight, but still, if you can, please do come. The program starts at 6 o'clock and will go up till 8, and after that we'll have Aarti from 8 to 8:30. In anticipation of the festival, the devotees went out on book distribution and did Sankirtan this weekend. Yesterday, I believe, they were able to distribute 4 Bhagavatam sets in Fremont area. So we thank the Sankirtan leaders, Sri Krishna Purushottam Prabhu and Malini Mataji, for leading this effort. And they also want us to know that we have a lot of Chaitanya Charitamrita sets available. So if anybody does not have a set already and would like to purchase one, please see one of our Sankirtan leaders after the program. I'm sorry? That's the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes. So it's right over here. If anybody would like to purchase a set, please see Sri Krishna Purushottam Prabhu.
Haribol.
And the suggested donation for this big literature is only $99. So, good reason to not stay back, and please come forward and procure a set today. Hare Krishna. Did I miss anything else? Do we have any other announcement? No. We have to announce the cooks. Yes, Mother. Tonight? Oh, Sri Ram and Lata Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is there any occasion? In memory of your father. Thank you very much. So let's chant Hare Krishna once in memory of Lata Mataji's father. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tonight's feast has been cooked by
Bhakta Vatsal Prabhu.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. and Parthasarthi Prabhu. Two very dedicated individuals working very hard back in the kitchen so that we can have a wonderful feast. Last but not the least, our dear Sundarananda Prabhu makes sure that we get japa beads for one round of japa during our lecture. But if any of you would like to take this process in a serious way and practice it every day in your home, then you can get some personal help from one of our devotees. All you have to do is sign up, give your email and name so that they can help you and guide you in this process of cultivating bhakti. That's okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Next, we'll sing Prasadam prayers, and since the weather is not so favorable outside today, the serving of the Prasadam will take place in this part of the room, in this part of the hall, to my right. And we request devotees to exit from this central door here and come back and form a queue. And then once you have a Prasadam plate, you can go to my left side of the room and sit down in one line and make rows and take Prasadam comfortably. Yes. Sharira Vidya Jal Jodendriya Tahe Kal Jive Pehle Vishaya Sagore Tar Madhe Jivhayati Lobho Moy Sudurmati Take jeta kathina samsare Krishna bada dayamoy Kori bare jivhajay Swaprasad anna dilo bhai Say anna mrita pao Radha Krishna guna gao Preme dako Shri Chaitanya nitai Preme dako Shri Chaitanya nitai Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmani Vaishnave Svalpa punyavatam rajan vishvaso navjayate prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasopajayate prasanna cheto suyashu buddhi paryavatishthate. Bhagavad Shri Mahaprasad ki jai. Please come and take prasadam. Hare Krishna.